Hiya crafty folks, Amy here with Amy's Wares, and I'm going to do a clean and simple embossed Christmas card today. So let's jump right in. Here's some of the products that I'm going to be using, but I will link everything below in the video description box. I have a photo here to show you the direction that we're headed, but it's very simple and it's a great way to use up some of that colored cardstock if you have a bunch of that and don't know what to do with it. Now this is my folder for warm colors of scraps, colored cardstock, some pattern paper, but I've recently organized them in folders, trying to encourage myself to use up these scraps and get them out of my craft room. So I have this piece cut down to US A2 size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I have this Distress Oxide color here that I'm going to rub on the back side of the embossing folder. So what I'm trying to do is get the raised portion with the ink on it. So you'll see in a moment, I'm just going to wipe off some excess that I got in the background, but I'm hoping that this pretty aged mahogany color will kind of offset and kind of fill in some color in the debossed sections. So I'm looking at this and I'm a little baffled because it looks almost blue for some reason. I'm not quite sure why aged mahogany kind of had that effect. So I decided to come in and see if I can't clean it up with some white embossing. So I have some Hero Arts unicorn white embossing, and now I'm going over the raised kind of veining portions of this embossing. So it looks a little bit better, but I'm still just not loving it. So you'll see in a moment, I'm going to flip it over and then just do some of the ink blending with the white embossing on the regular side. So this would be the normal side that you would work with. Here in a moment here, I don't know if you saw the shadow, I am actually crafting with my friend Pete, and in a moment he's going to show you what he's working on because he's very proud of his coloring. So he's new to card making and he's sitting there crafting with me. I was like, go ahead, show him. So that was his water brush coloring of those really pretty flowers from All to New. But anyway, back to this. So I just do some white ink blending over the raised embossed portion, and I'm kind of getting some in the background where I don't intend to. So I decided to just kind of lightly go over and give it a little bit of a mottled white look in the background. So I decide after looking at both sides that, yeah, I like my second option better. So now I just need to finish it with a sentiment. I have my binder here where I have all these Christmas sentiments ready to go, and this is LDRS Creative. There are those stamps where you stamp it once and then you die cut it once and you get a bunch of strips ready to go. So I'm just kind of shopping through my options here. I have some from Simon Says Stamp that I'm considering, but ultimately, as you saw on the photo, I did end up going with that LDRS Creative one. So I'm just going to add some splatter here just to give it a little something extra special. I have this little tin with Yuli watercolors. These are really pigmented, really glittery, pretty watercolors in this tiny little pan. So I'm using a water brush pen and I'm just putting some of it, you can't really see it too much, on an acrylic block, and I'm going to flick it right off the edge of the acrylic block once I get this closed, because I don't want to accidentally get some on the inside of the card. But I'm just going to flick it right off the edge of the block all over just to add some shimmer and sparkle onto this otherwise simple design. So this is really an easy sort of design. If you're stressing about Christmas cards, think of the ways that you can save time, whether that's batching a bunch of sentiments and putting them in a binder like you saw I have, or having card bases ready to go, or just doing something simple with your design like embossing. You really can crank out a lot of cards with a simple design like this, and it can take the pressure off if you have to make a bunch of cards or maybe you donate them. So just an idea to take some of the stress away so you can enjoy the process. But here's the finished card. It came together quickly, and I'll link everything below. So please hit the thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.